Hello, this is FG back with you for Anbennar. It's been quite a while, been busy with grad school, but I wanted to try, or not try, but play a little bit more Simple Nation, sort of to get a little bit back in the swing of playing EU4. I've played about 100 hours of EU5, so that's a very, very different type of game, and yeah. Another problem, and another reason why I haven't made any videos recently, is just that with EU5 coming out, the actual pace of EU4 content for Anbennar is probably going to slow down. It might pick back up a little bit eventually, but I don't expect it to ever fully go back to before. So we will see what actually gets released and what does not. Alright, so, playing as Giberd. The debate halls of Giberd have not fallen silent in months, each day filled with the same furious arguing as candles were wicked and withered, papers delivered, discussed, and discarded, all while endless debate broiled that would decide the fate of the nation. To save Giberd's dwindling artificery and economy, what action should be taken? The three technocratic factions found no agreement. The Mechanist advocated all possible means to save Giberd. The Technomancers insisted on diplomatic maneuver and the rule of international law, while the Burlites floundered hopelessly for a middle ground. Over and over the same ground was retrod, month after month, till even the gnomes could no longer stand to watch the halls and lay almost empty. In that despairing faction, one night silence finally fell upon the halls once more. Having failed to come to an agreement for so long, the three factions had reached an unpalatable conclusion. There is simply no consensus to be reached. One voice must be empowered to decide Gibbert's fate, trusted with the tools of war. The next day, three plans of action were offered by the representatives of each faction to Delta Glibgear's office, and their choice is placed in her hands. We will focus our artificer efforts on Benin. Create explosives to wreck Benin's forts. Alright. Damn. Okay, so Order Altrezia. Go to the Merchants Guilds, indebted to them. Alright. And here we want to improve relations. I went ahead and got our estates all set up with normal stuff. No crown land. It's weird how fast things change compared to EU5. Oh, damn it. And we want to probably declare war for Benin Hill. I mean, they want those provinces. I mean, unless... Alright. And then we're gonna need Diplomat back. Corruption. Ugh. Yeah, I'll take the corruption. We will do Aura. Yeah, global dice roll for attackers. We'll solve it ourselves. Newcomer to the court. Please. Oh, god damn it. Yep, we're gonna need another infantry. Okay, we're gonna have to leave that guy there. It says Hardy Warrior. Actually, we should sit here so we can recover the manpower quicker. Yeah, give me the inflation. No, can't afford a level 2 advisor. And we come here, and we want to do that. State statutory rights, solve it ourselves. River party ends! Hurrah! Alright. Now, from Order Algeresia. Oh, sorry. War reps and turn cores. What? Stalin has a core there. Yeah, we can siege down their capital, and I want to get my troops black flagged anyways. So I'll do that, and war reps to me. I'll pillage their... 10 aggressive expansion for 2 development? No. Alright. Yeah. Alright. We can rival Plain Spinar. We gotta come for them next. Yep, oligarchy is fine. And then we want to get rid of this extra infantry. No, fuck you, Lex. Will improve relations, though. Alright, we back to having crown land. That's great. But we're gonna have to take out more loans to send him a gift. Let me get rid of that fort. Alright. Core construction. Doesn't take forever. You can do a bunch at the same time. Great time. Yeah, I'll go ahead and develop that. Manpower and Giberd? Sure. As far as trade, we're collecting from there, and we want to transfer here. Alright. And we want to pay off our 1% loans, so we can take out some new big loans. Alright, recall that. Export licenses. Yeah. I want that tax. Alright. Renaissance. Okay, we will need to get our army maintenance up. Repay that final loan, go to the Merchants Guilds. Take out more loans from them, pay off the 4% ones. And we want to... Economy action, send gift. Does it have to be 10? Yeah, it does. Okay, that only requires 25, though. Ready the anvil. Our die has been cast, and with it our plans begin. Delta Glibgear heads to Silverforge, intent on discussing our nation's future plans of conquest with a close friend. Knowing that the dwarves would gladly come to help us if we asked for aid, the gambit must not fail. Giberd is willing to play each and every card in its deck to ensure victory and begin the slow but important steps towards establishing Giberd in the Empire of Anbennar. Delta was quite frankly nervous. Rare was it that they like to admit it, that even to themselves. For accepting fear is as good as succumbing to it, or so they felt. It was not the figure opposite, neck deep in a flagon of ale, who scared them so. In fact, Folden the Third was a good friend, one of the few they could trust with this matter. Gibert's position is precarious, they reiterated for their dwarven friend's benefit, and to be frank, I'm not too sure we'll be able to achieve our aims without your help. Won't be able to secure our position, develop our tools. Bah, don't be a fool. Of course we'll help you. Of course I'll need some news to take back to the rest of Hold, something to entice them. It doesn't have to be anything too concrete for now, given your situation. How about a favor? One simple, single favor for their nation's future. So that's 10 years of siege ability. I'd rather have the improved relations. Okay, the Gomo client network. Yep, there we are. Admin advisor. Grand exhibition. There we are. Okay, and... Okay, we can't accept the, what's it called yet? Can't accept the Asmarians yet. Should not have done that. Alright, this is why we don't play on Iron Man mode. Okay, yeah. And then we go to Merchants Guild, go to the Merchants Guild. And then we go... Oop, don't do that. Oh, fuck. Wrong one. And then we go up to Silverforge, economy action, send gift, 25 gold. Alright, and then we do this. Pleasant meeting between friends. Alright. And we want to turn the army maintenance up. And then we will summon them, adventurers. Now we'll do artificers. 18 crowns, seize the land. Okay, so right here, where I want to stand, they are really not happy about us conquering them. Alright, that can go down for now, and we can now, where is it? Accept the Asmarians, and now they're happy. We are going to turn the autonomy down, though. Because I want my money. Fair fortune. Alright. So we can do Dalgar the Builder. Halfling minority grows. Yeah. Call. Alright, got that. And Esmerrain. Lack of demand for crystal. Not where I live. Haha. Okay, let's actually go ahead and get my army back up to full strength. Yes, religious values. Yeah, meritocratic rule is definitely us. It's very gnomish, I guess. Alright, take that. Eventually we will want to build that. Trade efficiency. I'll do the institution spread. Oh yeah, let me vote on that. Oh no, sorry, that already passed. What do we do? No mistake. Alright, that's cool. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. Don't need them. Oh. And for this, oh yeah, we gotta go down here. Combo client network. Grand exhibition. Alright. Progress is sometimes bombastic and quick, a surge of exciting progress into the future that awaits ahead. And sometimes it is grueling, earned one footfall at a time. After the collapse of the duchy, the squabbling inheritors turn upon each other like hungry beasts, and we do not have much time before their hungry eyes turn upon us. To protect our kin and our future, let us integrate these squabbling kingdoms and reach out to our old chums in the Gomo. After all, if there's something worth doing, it's worth doing right. Alright, can't do that yet. Yeah. Alright, where is that? Okay, that's gonna take a minute. Let me actually get another infantry. It is time to turn the boys on. Do them right here. Man, it feels so fucking good to decrease autonomy. Alright, I got claims pretty much everywhere. Hair. Oh boy, no, that's not happening. Knighting Asmaria. Do I get... Alright. Was Dan... Yeah, it's too many. Yes, trying to remember the hotkeys. Offer an alliance. Ooh, what? Ooh, what? Wait, what happened? Usalar. Ah, okay, that's what happened. Yeah, Busalar. Busalar got destroyed by Vern and Eberthiel. Alright, who wants to be my friend? RNN, perhaps? Kind of man. Ooh, 4,000 men. I suppose. Okay, I could get them in. I could get them in. How many men does Lane Spinar have? 9,000? Yeah. I want at least... Okay, so I get... What's my aggressive expansion looking like? Oh, wrong map. Food. 19, that's not bad. Who are some people that I could potentially ally? But don't want to right now. Ibivar. Now that's an ally. Okay, I like Ibivar and RNN as staying alliances for a while. They would not be allied with me no matter what. Riveria's too far away. X-West is too far away. Pearl's Edge... Probably not. Alright. Painful because there was a river crossing there. What's my manpower like? Yeah. You build a spy network up here. Oh yeah. This button, fund the artificers. Self-cleaning parchment. Giberd wants extra base tax. Yeah, we want Giberd to be a big city anyways. Alright, what is happening over here? Dog Eater's getting destroyed. They have a new mission tree, which I might try out. Elementary problems. Yeah. I'll do that. Diplo rep. Oh yeah, they want that because it's Moon Elven. Yeah, that makes sense. What do they have marked? Okay, they have those provinces marked as critical interest. $50 ducats. can afford 50 ducats. Okay, so this should give production to Benin, Old Passage, and Giberd. 50 ducats for 3 base production in different provinces is not the worst. Do not have loans anymore, so I can do that, and that should let me do this. Could not have taken that, but it is fine. We'll make some of the money back from Ivivar, at least. House of Worship in Giberd. Sure. Alright. Why would Wex come in? Oh, because they threatened me. Oh, that changes that. Can't do that. Can't do that one either. Yeah. Yeah, I want the military. Silver Forge I could get in. But also give me a chance to... Yeah, I can't do Esmeralda. Or co-belligerate Esmeralda. But with them, they have probably 6,000. So it'd be our 16,000 versus their 16,000. Blue Heart has 5,000. Okay, yeah, that works. Yep. Alright, we're gonna do this one. And here, I can stop doing that. Do that. Come here. Gnomish cycle blue. Aaron's probably only going to want to join for this province. They are actually willing to join for nothing. What am I doing? Yes, influence. Curry favors here. Curry favors here. Military divided. Yeah, siege ability. Take that. Sneaky gnomes, sneaky gnomes. Alright, so... Yes. Temple of Hadeen. Okay, so they have gnomes, they have gnomes. That's going to be minus 10 aggressive expansion. I changed the... Ooh. Pretty. Contagion. Ghoulish Grandeur. Don't think it's really worth doing anything, but... Chanting Embassy. Suppose I can have him study enchantment. Give me that 10% aggressive expansion reduction. Okay, that's... Oh, that actually did go down from that event, I think. Alrighty. So, what is the 60 aggressive expansion? Which will go to 50. Nope, no chance of getting that. No chance of getting that. No chance of getting the magic one. Who else are they allied to? Would I prefer to take both those provinces right now? Take them right now. I core them. Begin to burn off the aggressive expansion. Yeah. No, I don't need them. You know, I will actually get an advisor. I'll just lose that. Alright, that is Blue Heart, Siege down. I want money. More reps. Need my diplomat back. Okay, if I take just this, that's 40. If I take this, that's 25. Okay, I am gonna have faith. Alright, what's the damage? 60! Arboron, buddy. No one should declare war on me, I hope. Plight of Ismail's faithful. No, fuck you, Wex. Yep. Alright. Yeah, I know, I screwed up. Alright, so who are some electors? Those two. Alright, no more loans though. Gonna keep that fort. Sortition, re-election. Yeah, let me get those extra points. Wait, let me go back to that. So we start with spell in a box. That's it. God, that's sad. House of Worship, Break the Coalition, Production in Giberd. There's the Master of Mint. Now I'll go with the Mage. Extra money. Excellent initiative, sure. Alright, Esmeralda, full chord. And who else hates me? Jesus Christ, that's a lot of people. I can get them out of the coalition, I think. Call. Agree with them. Yeah, not them. Okay. Yeah, let's go back and see if we can't get an ally that's big enough to prevent this from going off. Which probably means... How many men does Busalar have? 8,000. Oh, we hate them. What? That's... I don't want to look at that. Let's send them a gift. No, Oulier. Yeah, it's extra 4,000 men. Alright, we're gonna have to go back further. Oh well. Alright, take those two off. Let's do improve relations there. Gonna have to turn that away. Alright. 8,000 men. Sure. I mean, they won the last time. Alright, who else might like to be my best friend? Awardia. 7,000 men. Krathenor. Sure. Oh no, my general died. Alright. Nope, they went to war. Okay. We can do there, and then I really don't like that Arboron doesn't like me, but I can't do anything about it. Force re-election, keep them. Alright. And fire Master of Mint, sure. Or I'll take the mage. Okay, take that off. We're now buds with them. Oh, maybe I can get rid of that alliance if they're gonna have 4,000 men. Alright, Arboron is not in that coalition anymore, so we're good. Agenda of the Diet. Benenhill, Giberd. Sure. Encourage and fund the migration. Alright. Full core Can Esmar. Now Telgir hates me. Who doesn't? Yep. Ambitious humans. Who cares about prestige? Alright, Krathenor. There's Myron Separatist. You pay those loans. Alright. Yep, we can go with Arala. Yep, take that. Stalin. Let's go into war with Senethal. I don't need those provinces. Yep, get that. Don't need those provinces right now is what I meant to think. Shocked that you'll give me military access. Alright, that was easy. Come off. Alright. Did they like vassalize him or something? Nope. Alright. Relations, improve relations. Self-cleaning parchment. Yay. Yeah, we gotta get the market vendor. Inventions. That will help offset my mouse for being a dwarf. Or not dwarf. A gnome. That, does it 25 or 20? 25. Alright, we need more money. I need the Republican tradition. Yeah, no brainer. I'll click that one more time. That way I can do this. Adventurers, Condottieri. Okay, that's not happening. Ryland Temple. Where's the Temple of Riala? Oh. It's probably not happening either. Yeah, sure, Benham Hill. Okay, we can get one cavalry. Help give my army just a little bit more oomph. Alright, good. The refugees are leaving. You know, let me just provoke these rebels. I should really be improving relations with people. I need this. Right, yeah, improve relations there more. Improve relations there more. Okay. Every single time. No, not them. Okay, so 100 for them. So 225. Yep. Let me issue an embargo on them. What else am I? I'll embargo them. Oh no, we're not rival to them, never mind. Alright, so... Send gift. 100. Send gift. 125. There are two main benefits to conquest of Asmeria and two main drawbacks. With this conquest, we gain resources enough to secure our existence after the tragic collapse of the old generous dukedom, improve our might enough to stake a claim on Asmeria and the electorship lost. We also might never again hear any more blasted jokes about being too small. On the other hand, across the realm, the estates seem to think of us as some sort of violent conqueror. From the chittering of pleasure barges to the depths of foundries of Telgier, and there's no ends to jokes about us compensating for our heights. To solve this two-pronged problem, let us put on a proper show of just how merry and generous we are. Worship of the deities of the land and greasing of the wheels of diplomacy with some generous gifts to the other electors will win us the support for our claim, enshrining us as the rightful rulers of the Asmeri and calming the gossip and busybodies with the sureness of our support abroad. Alright. The perfidious Esmerane have been a thorn in our side for well and truly too long, hampering our expansion, leeching our trade, slandering our character and our machine, and now even trying to usurp our rightful place as the elector claimant and ruler of the Asmeri. Well, enough is enough, loath as we are to lose our temper, but what else is there to do? We shall outcompete them, starve their trade, ensure the world is buying Giberdi glass first and foremost, and will watch with glee as their rotten city crumbles under its own weight, until not even the Emperor wants a single thing to do with its rickety remains. Alright. Alright. Is there anything we can do? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, real scared of Esmerane. Sure, whatever. And we do want this. Also... Kernel Court revealed. And we gotta crack down on it. Festivities! Yes, we like stability. Onwards. And we will increase our tolerance of the dwarves. Because the dwarves are great, and they are our friend. What is 37? Yeah, it's probably might still be a little bit too much. If we can get that 15%, and then the 25%, we can do enchantment more. Might as well use it while we have the estate. And then we also... Charm 2 is renowned. Okay. Improve relations. What's our mana generation like? Yeah, that's from having both, I think. Although, theoretically, what would it take to... Oh, wrong one. Upgrade this. Mage Tower. Okay, yeah. Do not believe there's any Dames tier nearby. Nope, it's all in order, Aldrezio. Alright. You know, we can grab another Artificer Infantry. Oh. Does that say, yeah. Yep, we need to wait a bit longer, because we need this. Okay, yep, do that. So it would make sense to see some more land. Spy defection, I don't care. Yep. Yeah. Which minority grows. All right. I was about to provoke them anyways. That saves me a bit of trouble. Yep, that's good. Take that. It's 20%. Okay, yeah. And then we can go ahead and actually hire a few guys. Yep, inventories still do a lot more shock than anything else. Heartswood, what do they want? They don't want anything. Okay, so I can declare war. We'll call on Ibivar and Silverforge to start off with. Okay, so I want to take Gabmorian in this war. Obviously, we're taking aggressive expansion reduction. It will take that. Alright, as Stalin, you can jump in. Alright, and plutocratic is probably the optimal idea set. Yeah, 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 I'll take it. Okay, so Ryland Temple. More reps, transfer trade power. And for here, we want mostly all of their provinces. Yeah. I think they should hand that over to us. Not 100% sure about that. Okay, they did. Oh, Lawrence. Good job, kid. Fairly young. Gonna use this time to just improve relations with the Emperor so he doesn't get pissed at me. Good thing about him being all the way over there too, though, is he won't get nearly as much aggressive expansion. Yeah, take that. Yeah, sure. Okay. So, how much aggressive expansion is it to take their entire nation? 32. We can get that even further down. And maintain balance of power. I like the extra diplomat. Let's improve relations there. And here. Market vendor, hurrah! Alright. Development cost, yearly prestige. I'll do the arcane battery complex. And we will do production Benin. What is Benin's trade good? Paper. Yeah, we can do that. And then we want to throw down encourage development. Should have done that for that one, but it is okay. Alright, and for Asciende, more reps, transfer trade power. And then we want to also go to our spell book, throw down a mass charm. I'm not sure whether that applies immediately or later, so we're gonna do that. And that will actually get reduced by an additional 10, I think. Alright. Yeah, nobody's really upset about that. Alright. We're good. And I will actually go ahead and rifle them and them. We have a truce with them. Alright, yes, we're gonna have to accept Moon Elves as one of our races. Okay, we got a good portion of Asmeria now. Oh, we shouldn't have, fuck. Oh well. Excellent. Okay, we don't need that. Alright, Wesdam is not going to ask us to do anything because we're good buddies. Yeah, we'll do that. Man, it feels good to be rich. We will actually build a fort here. Delve into the archives. Admin cost, idea cost, stab cost, construction cost. For 5 years. When would this be? Yeah. I mean, I'll take that. I was going to take tech, but with the 10% reduction, I'll do that instead. Monster attack reparations. No, not doing that. I can get rid of this fort. I don't need that one. Let's go with the Dame. Oh no, there's my court mage. It's probably time to start hiring some level 2 advisors. Alright, and we can. Eventually we want to full core that. Denied. Yep. Target the half-elves. This can come off for the moment. Yeah, we have enough governing capacity. No, we cannot spare the mana capacity because we're generating it at half efficiency. And then we want to come here and... what do the elves produce? Take that. And then go ahead and upgrade that center of trade. Yep, money is good. Yeah, Lex, sure. Yep, we're keeping her. Alright, if I was to attack Gabmorian now... 20 artificery capacity. So I think that's a time thing. Alright. I need to declare war on these guys for that. And we can, you know, just let's get the whole gang in here. And I assume that our spell has worn off. It's 47. I can do that. Might as well give him something. And then, relations, improve relations here. They are a 666 ruler, which is great. Someone want to get Telgir for me, please? Theranin does not want out. Gisden. Do you have claims on this? They do. Alright, I'll give that to Aranon. Nope. They don't want it. Ah, shit, there went my good general. Alright. Tech cost, hurrah! Alright. Prestige helps with aggressive expansion and improved relations. They're both good for me because improved relations reduces or increases the rate at which aggressive expansion decays. Alright, Giberd. There you go, RNN. Giberd's a good nation to play as well. Quite liked that campaign. Didn't record it because, well, the follow-up, which is probably the cooler part, is not yet implemented, so... Alright, so that creates a grand total of 0 coalitions. Alright, seize more land, excellent. Iskan stands, great. You now have 0 manpower. Exceptional year. Ooh, that is great. Where's this Giberd? Goes from 11.13.9 to 11.14.10. Yeah, sure. Advisor cost is always great. Okay, that's done. And I will go ahead and throw these last 3 on alliances. Let's actually have them drill for the moment. Oh, we're called a hierarch already? Benin. I'll do this. Does that get rid of it? Nope, goes right back there. Alright, adventurers. I'll give you generous quest rewards. I'll take it. No, don't want that. I'll do that though. Our refugee policy, where is this? Telgier. Large. Small. Okay, Vanberry Guild Steel Foundry is good. Now we are just waiting. Yeah, do that. Arcane Battery Complex. Alright. Giberd is lovely this time of year, swelling with fresh imports and the hustle and bustle of business befitting such a growing city. This is about fitting, given the direction our good old government, for as technocratic as we gnomes remain, for as merry as well, it is only fitting that we adapt our government to the needs of our people. And to that end, why not open a place of wondrous learning for the precious young, gnomish or otherwise, to become part of the next generation of artificers? Alright, so there we are. Yeah, I'll do consolidation of power instead. $20 free artificer capacity. We have 0 society inventions. Okay. So we can't do that. In the song barges area. Owned by a Stalin. Sure. It's happening. That's probably not happening. Don't want to do that. Guess we can try and do this one. Alright, there we are. Oop. Don't really have anything else to do with our military points. Sainathel allied to the Magisterium. I'll use the military as workforce. Patron of Knowledge, tech cost. Let's go. This also needs a castle. That can get done. And then I need a fort in Talgier, and then I'm gonna need to fight Oh, they're in a trade league with... alright. Wait, we're a great power? Not anymore. Yeah, deploy. We can get 3 more infantry. Alright. So we have claims on 2 of their provinces. Declare war. Don't... you can come join in too. Just want these 2 provinces, unless I can get away with grabbing all of them for nothing. We're not getting any freebies, because there's no gnomes here. Well, not freebies, but... oh, Stalin occupied those. This is all I want. Just want 2 provinces. And then afterwards, I'm going to have to fight these guys. Which I might as well do. Someone's problem here is obviously going to be Dame's Crown. Although at this point, I think we should actually... yeah, we're equal to him. In manpower terms, at least. What's that? Infantry fire. That's so much money. And improve relations is so good for us. State magical thesis, great. Gotta build a fort in Tangier. Shit. Alright, we are going to have to load. Sorry. Yep. Deal with the Gabmoiners. Alright, who else is in this war? Tear. And Varane. Okay, I do actually want... yes, I do want to take this. Because that improved relations is going to be great. And then I want to build a fort up in Tangier. Venture kills Hag. Magisters. I can build one of those. Alright, with this war, we should be able to grab our last two provinces that we actually care about. Alright, is there anyone else in this war? Okay, I will take that province from Tear, as well as money, war reps. And then I will, for that, I want to exploit that for money. It's long been clear to our artificers that risks must be taken if we are to advance our knowledge to never before imagined heights. Unfortunately, doing so has proven dastardly explosive and all around quite a hassle. Fortunately, a fine thinker by the name Froy Cleverclog has well and truly come up to a genius conclusion. We can use the nearly uninhabited and abandoned lands of the Benentales as a place to test out more dangerous inventions. We just need to shoo out the locals and ensure our artificers can remain safe out there. The side benefit that any would-be northern invaders would thus have to march into an active experimental firing line is, of course, just a coincidence. Alright, so... extra... yeah. Adventurer's influence is lower than 30, and... Alright, so... Crothanan, Menabor, we can get out. Our reps... and we can build more buildings. Varane. I mean, Varane is Esmeri, but I don't have claims on it right now. I do not want trying to minimize aggressive expansion. We will take that. And then for Dame's Crown, we obviously want all of the money. We could force them to release the Armani Temple. Which I think would be good. And then this is owned by Vertesk. What if I took less money? Yeah. Let's knock them down a peg. That'll have them lose like 30 development. Maybe drunkards. Could someone go? Yes, thank you. Military genius. Yeah, sure. Thank you. Take that. Take tech. And I need to take that tech as well. sure. Crothanan, give me your cash, give me your war reps. And then we want military tech. Okay, we did a lot more damage to them than they did to us. This is one thing about EU5 that I do miss, which is you don't have to actually take the forts a lot of the time. Specialized troops. Alright, how bad is the war exhaustion? I can take it a little bit more. There we are. Alright, so that. Great. And then obviously we want to come to Des Moines. We're going to take that province. And basically no one cares. Alrighty. We are basically as merry at this point. There's only like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12 provinces that we don't control, while we control about a few more. I don't want to count. Yeah, we need a mage tower in Giberd. Next summer, yep. Obviously lost more manpower than I would have liked, but that's fine. Okay. There we are, build that. Yeah. You can kiss my ass, Emperor. Oh, yep, we can take that. For development cost. Move. We cannot afford that right now. No. Sanathol needs a manufactory. All provinces in the Can Esmar area are... Yep, they all need workshops. Alright, we can take that down, full core that up. And we need to get there, boundary dispute, press the issue. I do want to turn that down so we actually get something out of this place. Okay, there we are. Sanathol needs mage tower. Sweet mother of God, we make a lot of money. Yep, we gotta research. What is the view catcher? Purple bolt, no. Okay, yeah, we need the view catcher. Okay. Yep, migrants. This is Telgier. Get rid of that. And then we want to seize a bit of land. Make the state more powerful. Where is my money coming from? Really not that much of it is from war reps. Activities are hidden. Hurrah! Alright. Yeah, sure, whatever. Adventurer's influence. Okay, that doesn't actually give them influence, which is good. And we now just need to, like, not call the diet for a while. Okay, and power recovery speed is great. Development cost is amazing. Okay. That. Is there anywhere else? Here. 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 Alright. Wizards and technocrats. Yeah, we need to build more. Just to basically make sure that the autonomy is always super low. Okay, yeah, loyalty equilibrium is great. I will go ahead and take this for the innovativeness. Last one gets a bit, yeah, sure, why not? Okay, now I could go to the war with the Ryland Temple. Probably Emperor would try and force me to give up my stuff, though. Alright, Improve relations. We can conquer. Got a spy network there. Spy network here. And spy network there. Man, we are rich. Birth of colonialism. Do want to get that. Ventures 55. All right. Mage Bane project. All right. The Magisterium, as they are known, are a grouchy, power-hungry, and insufferable bunch for the most part, so concerned with their own importance and controlling our fair empire that they hardly bother to do their jobs. Well, most of them anyways. The Chroniclers, a subdivision of the Magisterium, are a most lovely bunch. Their hunger for knowledge is second only to ours, and it'd do wonders for the Magisterium's trust if we welcome these Chroniclers into our adventuring companies for progress and knowledge. Alright, that is great. And Sanathal's about to get its manufactory. Oh, we won't need these claims. Never mind. Yeah, take that. Oh, I know something we can do with our admin points. Okay. Yeah, I'll take that. More and more land comes under our protection, and more we find there's more to do. Fortunately, the song barges and Can Esmar being ours make our dream even closer to reality. Let us commission, fund, and house the barges of Sanathal and Smelts of Tebjir in equal measure. One to sing of our common Esmeri destiny, and the other to dig deep and protect against any who would seek to rob us of that destiny. We have been chosen. Alright, that makes sense. I think we're pretty much the most powerful nation in the Empire at this point. Alright, combat width is 24. Alright, and we now have claims on a whole ton of stuff. Yes, another competitor in Aelantir. And then I'll get a cavalry. That will take me one over, but it will give me... I'll get rid of this one. A full front line. And I will send an insult. And I will... What's their biggest province? Pencewood. Yeah. Westward fleets. There goes my commandant. I would like a commandant. Yes, upgrade them. Courage development. Alright, and then we can do national manpower. Alright, and we will go with fencewood. Yep. And then we want to take these guys, send them this way, and call you to arms, call them to arms, and them to arms. Alright. Yep, no aggressive expansion. Probably should have declared this war sooner. That is fine. Yeah, we want to get rid of this. All that. And I'll do that eventually. Alright, we are at 100 cost, which is a lot. Alright, so Magisterium. Money, war reps. And yeah, I'll do that. 200 ducats is plenty. Oh, I should... It's not a problem right now. Mass charm. And then study enchantment again. Okay. Spy network construction. Giberd. Yeah, Dame's Crown, why not? Learnings of an Elder. Give me that admin power. Alright, what if I declared war on them? It's probably better to go ahead and just get this war done with. Please hand this province over to me. Thank you. How much development is the... Oh, it's like nothing. Oh, well. Suitability. Do that. I should build 2 more cannons. Alright. Once I siege down their capital, then we might be willing to talk. Be a little bit more serious about peace offers rather than saying you're going to give me nothing. I will actually build that there. Why is this so productive? Do not quite understand why. Alright. No, they will not take that deal. Fine then. Alright, who else am I fighting? War, View Catcher. Alright, that will let me do... Should let me do this one. Okay, and I will go to Inventions. GDS Wupeng Geds Sand. The benefit of having the wealth of Asmeria so concentrated in our hands is becoming readily apparent. As with wise investment, our nation's people count higher stacks of coin, the artificers relish in the quality of material previously unimaginable, and our river fleet is larger than ever before. Of course, we can't simply let this gold go to waste when we've so much to do, especially considering we still need to impress and awe the other electors so that they may recognize and support our claim. In typical Asmeri fashion, we've already figured out the best way to do this, and it's the best, comfiest, and most impressive boat to ever sail to Esmar. Constructing and planning this beast will be costly, but the reward is more than sweet enough to have our finest artificers chomping at the bit to get started. Alright, want that. I do want that, though, yeah. Capacity, okay, yep, I get it. Yep, take that. Alright, and we no longer need to develop it. Okay. You know what, if it's making you that upset, I'll take it off. Delos is dead. That fucking sucks. Alright. I have claims on 3 more provinces. Regions. We almost have all of Asmeria. We just have a handful of provinces at this point. I should have taken the institution. Yeah. For the aggressive expansion decay. Let me spellbook. Cast Charm is already up. Hurrah! Alright. Diplomatic relation. Oh, that stacks. Oh well. Let me actually split this in half. I'll give the bad general the easy time. Piercing Brilliant Invention, sure. Alright, take that. And now we can get that. Okay, so what do we need? In the Rylanar area, need cores. Rylanar needs a dock and a shipyard. I can do that. Conwell area have... What is that? Courthouse, temple. Alright. Who are you fighting? That is... hopefully gonna go well for them. I mean, weak Laurent means weaker Wex, which is always good. And... yeah, we'll do that, and that. Okay. So if I do that, no one cares. That is amazing. Sure, take that. Ancient Tome. Yeah, we'll translate ourselves. Yep, pay the money. Do actually want to build some heavies. Yeah, come on. Hopefully they'll provide a little bit of naval assistance. Okay, and we are going to build... not that, because we do not have the money. Or the man... the sailors is the term I was looking for. You'll have to forgive me, it's quite late at night. Yeah, do I? Yeah. We're good. And with that, we have now secured nearly all of Esmeria. Okay, we are going to dissolve that alliance, though. We'll eventually come for them. They were somewhat foolish to think it was ever going to end any other way. But in the end, it needs to be this way. Nope, do that, and we want... What if it's our exo arms? Seize more land. Alright. No, we don't want counter-espionage. I clicked the wrong button there. Build spy network. And then build spy network here, too. No, fuck you, Wesdam. I will, however, improve relations with you. What do we want the most? Don't really need points for anything. I guess admin. Okay, so that covers that. Cover these two. Although we're actually going to be going down into the lower Esmar anyways, so... yeah, we'll do Vern. What great power number are we? 3. That's pretty good. Attorney General... No. Supremacy of the Diet? No. Presidential system. It's gonna have to be the way. We want to fabricate claims on the lower Esmar. Okay. You know what, we need another friend. Istralor for Tesk. Tesk has 19,000 men. We'll take that. So, with that... we can do glass-stained pink. Esmeria is a beautiful land, the rolling hills, the vast fields, the rolling forest, and the proud and beautiful Esmar. And of course, the city of wonder herself, Giberd. The greatest of the cities of Esmeria, whose wealth, genius, and power has seen this once divided land nearly brought together again. With Gibberdi glass furnishing the halls of the near enough every home in the Empire, it is no wonder that many are beginning to consider this the center of Esmeria. With a little push more, we can make sure that none even takes umbrage with such claims. Alright. So Ryonar needs a dock and a shipyard. Dock. And then this needs a shipyard, right? No, this is Conwell, so that needs a... Okay, yeah, it has the right buildings. And now we need a courthouse. 11th Pantheonic Council. No, fuck you. Nope, we do not care. We are little gnomey guys. We're little dudes to do things. So I do want shipyards in all my provinces. I'll do docile populace. Alright, we are pretty severely over. So I am going to give the artificer some administrative roles. So I can integrate Conwell. How many sailors do I have? Not enough. Yep, do that. And then I want shipyards everywhere. Got those. Do that. Ibivar will give me cash. Yeah, Magisters, then go get fucked. Okay, so we have temples. And 500 ducats. Yeah, I'll do that. We're good at a big ship, not little ship. Alright, when is the truce up? Fairly soon, actually. We'll go ahead and get 2 more artificer infantry. Yep, do that. Okay, I can actually ask them to break that alliance. There goes my diplomat. Sure, I'll take the diplo rep. And here, take that, and I'll get that, and Pulverins. That come off. And now Arnon favors break your alliance with Stalin, because you know I'm better than them. I can put a Stalin on the subject. Alright, here we are at last. After God knows how many years marching across the fair countryside, we've seen this land unified once more. From the smoggy halls of Telgir to the song halls of Senethel, past the redeemed Esmerine and on to the city of wonders herself, Giberd. With the investments we've made, the blood we've spilt, and the future to win, we've not a moment to waste. Our destiny is so close. We will go with... A debate has broken out amongst 3 technocratic factions which dominate Giberd about what to do with the Imperial archives of Conwell. The Technomancers support upgrading the premises and repairing any damage to the Imperial archives and Conwell schools. The Brillites wish to send a team of gnomish scholars and technocrats to scour the Imperial archive for any research that could aid our artificer efforts, while the Mechanists propose the most radical and contentious suggestion, moving the entire Imperial archive to Giberd in order to increase Giberd's importance and allow all artificers in Giberd easy access to the archives. Yeah, the Technomancers have the right idea. Alright, so they need to have 150 opinion of me. Shouldn't be too hard. Okay, that can come off. You already have 2 with super high. And we take Tolerance of True Faith. It's basically unrest reduction. Go ahead and build as many ships as we can. So Wesdam has been selected. Alright, quality with espionage gives us nothing. Innovative. Infrastructure. It's plutocratic. Tolerant? It's not going to be administrative, not expansion, not religious, probably not innovative either. So, infrastructure plus plutocratic. Avoid travel time. Smart maintenance, dev cost. And we'll go with offensive. Quality. Right, who died? Clergy, vassalized tear, not doing that. Port infrastructure, sure. And that wants dock. Okay, inventions, self-cleaning parchment, reform progress is actually fine. Starting with Silver Forge. Day 3, Orwick Silver Screws Communique. It is first downstream that the beautiful Lupeng Gende sets sail, the sleek wood and its bronze carving through the lands of Asmeria and to its furthest reaches, to a more rugged and hilly land, dotted with carriages and cargo wagons of mining materials and ores, to be processed or sent out into the eternal sink that is the hold of Silverforge's endless hunger. But still, it is a friendly land. The folk here are much akin to the ones back home. I do say, my dearest Royan, you would find it most entertaining. The dwarves of Silverforge are a boisterous, hardy, and inventive lot, and they're nothing if not diligent. I've never seen a bunch more eager about work. Well, outside of the academy, that is. I've met with the envoys of their great halls of their hold, though to be truthful, the mining beams in there gave me anxiety to even look at. All that dirt above my head, one shudders, but they were incredibly favorable to us. It's honestly relieving to start this expedition with a victory. They were already toasting to our success and to another friend in the Imperial Diet, but I found myself suspicious of their terms. All the support in the world for one little favor? Naturally, I said. Excellent. I look forward to working with you all. We're rival to them, right? No, we're not. Alright, the Wupeng Gidsande has turned north, pushing up and around the land of the Dame's Crown. It's a queer place, if I say so myself, Royan. The merchants there never stop haggling, and I'm half convinced they'd run away with the boat if I left it too long. Not to mention the tolls and fees to even dock had my head spinning and put me in half a mind to turn around and go home. Nevertheless, I've made the initial contact with their emissaries, and Royan, I'll tell you, I nearly lost my temper at those money-haggling miscreants. They'd hold the future of our nation in the hands of a bloody trade deal, and not even a fair one at that. They want nothing less than exclusive trade rights for 20 years. Exclusive! 20 years! It's absolutely absurd, and despite my best attempts to negotiate or make them see reason, they're absolutely set in their thoughts. I have no doubt the lads back home at Giberd will think me a fool for saying... I'll sign your bloody contract. Alright, so... It's good. That done. Short trip to BPEC. The Gidsande is not a vessel meant for the seas as much as it is the rivers, but to cross that Dame's Head has proven well within our capabilities, testament to our engineering. Just as this most recent venture has proven to be a testament of my patience. BPEC was a lovely place at first, but I can solidly say that the charm of its rustic accoutrements have well and truly worn off, with the mundanity of the politics they obsess themselves with here. The leadership in particular, that stubborn fool Dominic of Roycefort, have decided that their support is conditional upon us prostrating ourselves before them, and supporting a wildly outlandish series of claims against Loren and Galette alike, tantamount to a political suicide, sure to make us a mockery across Canor. Sadly, the Mule is only going to support us if we sign their silly declaration, probably just for the re-election campaign, and of course I had little opinion but to put my name on the blasted parchment. Alright, Pearl's Edge, we are good with. Laverne hates us. Ishtarlar we can improve relation with. And we're not getting that 50 opinion because Vern hates us. Passage to Pearl's Edge. That guy's pretty good. Alright. I thought the Dame's Crown or BPEC would be the height of my frustration, but sadly the gods are utterly content to prove me wrong on every assumption. The land here is lovely and verdant, but the ports of this land harbor only fools and scoundrels with a poor taste for liquor. Oh, Royan, I was sure it was going well at first, but it took only a few days for it to sour. The swill they bottle and call ale, enough to make my stomach churn, and worst of all, they want to sell crates of the stuff to our home country and replace our fine ales at river parties. It'd be a humiliation too harsh to bear, not to mention the reaction from the nobles and merchants in the realm when they find out. But I couldn't just compromise Pearl Judger's support. Alright, Piccolo's, with a heavy heart and a hangover, I decided we prefer Giberdi Ale. Alright, we're not actually going to get any higher than this. We're going to wait for our tour to be done first, though. We're going to pretend like we actually doing this. Well, Moonhaven at least was a fascinating experience. The elves are a curious and queer type, longer lived than any other, but with plenty of time to get stuck in their own head about things. They brew a good tea there and had many fascinating stories about Aelantir, and indeed made somewhat of a reasonable request for once, if still costly, though I wasn't thinking much about that. They want to lend many of our finest artificers to aid their exploration and investigation to the land of their ancestor, which is sure to be costly, dangerous, and expensive. But oh, the things we can learn. I'd volunteer to go if I wasn't so bloody busy. Even still, the artificers would be incredibly angry, so I had to consider my options reasonably, carefully, and with time and consultation, I decided to... What is the state of artificers' loyalty? Keep our men away from the murder plants, wendigo-infested, soul-eating, nightmare-spawning. To Istragor. Bless the gods and the Emperor for putting these two so close together. I'm starting to miss solid ground from the amount of time I've traveled on these boats. At least this state is fascinating enough to watch. Soldiers galore and nothing but pure dedication to their legion, the gods. Particularly our newest pantheonic member, Corin. It's a lovely place beyond that, very similar in some regards to home, very similar in some regards to Moonhaven, but their demands were different enough. Their noble officers are so curious about the potential of our artificery methods to redefine warfare. And whilst I think it loathsome to reduce our art to such death-dealing, it's even worse. They want us to send our best advice and coach their armies. I'm beginning to truly miss you, Royan. You'd know what to do, assuredly. Soldiering was always more your trade than mine. In the end, bereft of your judgment, I simply decided to move on. So now we have... Yep, done. Yep. On to the Magisterium. The vast and endless sea. Alright, and... I was apprehensive from the start. Those bastards in their tower have never pretended to understand, care for, or even respect our art in any way, shape, or form, constantly watching over our shoulders, and thus I assumed my time here would be a folly. I wish I was right, Royan. I sailed up in dock, but was greeted by a wonderful delegation of dozens of powerful magisters and diviners who offered me delicacies and wines, and led me to tour their halls. They were fun. Nothing like home, of course, but still, it was enough to set me on edge, till they saw me placed in an office with a functionary of sort who laid out a pre-written deal, all fanciful and wondrous. They even provided a gnomish copy. It was support in exchange for a collar. We let their mages in to pick and choose what we can and cannot event, and no doubt let them spy on our most delicate functions of the state, or we lose their critical support. It is not a decision I'd relish making. Everyone would remember me as the man who sold his country out to see his love again. Early. I suppose it was a fool errand to say that. I'd sooner die. Alright. I think that is our last event. Electoral dreams. Dreams have become reality, and our goals realized. We stand on the cusp of becoming the gnomish elector of Anbennar, with the majority of Esmeria already united under one flag, Esmerine under our rule, and a reinvigorated artificer industry. As our boat sails from the elector to elector, our calculations leave us confident that we will soon be standing in front of the Emperor, one of the key nations of the Empire of Anbennar, for all to see. Mara, Froy, and Roy. The heads of the Giberdi delegation sit, housed in fine lodgings by anyone's standards, watching thundering rain outside as it hammers down upon the Emperor's estate like nails upon a coffin, the thunder cracking so loud to give even the steel nerves of Roy creaks pause. The comfortable lull of their ticking machines and the storm outside is broken suddenly. As a thunderous knock echoes against the woodwork of the door, there is a pause as the gnomes exchange panicked gazes, unsure of who should answer, before another rattle of the door sees elderly Froy hobbling up, pulling the door open, and upon doing so, pauses to clean his glasses to test his vision of what he was. An Aldresian knight, stern-faced with a grim countenance, holds out a letter bearing the official Imperial seal. Gingerly, Roy takes it, not even having time to muster his words before the door is slammed shut. It is Mara who reads it, for Froy's vision has gone with age, and Roy has never been too talented with his letters. The intrigued delegation To the intriguing delegation of Giberd, whilst I am loath that my fine city could not offer you a greater or more comfortable stay, it is with interest that I offer you a chance to prove the naysayers who whisper into my ear and counsel in regards to your artificery. Thus, it is with hesitation and caution I would ask you to display your talents. Give me evidence enough to show any doubters that I have reason to heed your brags and boasts. In the time of 3 months, we shall be expecting you to offer this gift to us, and we will graciously accept. Do not disappoint. Your Imperial Liege, Emperor of Anbennar, Protector of the Damesir, Gatekeeper of the Dameshead, Lord of the Marches, the Rivers, and the Forest. The Gnomes begin their work eagerly. Alright, okay, we'll take that. Sure. The first Gnomish elector. In a grand assembly among envoys of 7 electors and many others from the various princes and republics of the empire, Delta stands before the emperor and leader of the magisterium, and a priest able to cite the words of Esmiral and the emperor's chosen deity together. Giberd is made to swear on the life of the emperor to watch of the magisterium and the gods themselves that they shall faithfully serve the empire and its interests in their new role. Finally, the augmentation and title Electorate for the Representative of the Gnomish People is bestowed upon Giberd, and celebrations break out throughout Ismeria and on the rivers as the mages relay information from the capital. It will certainly be a party to remember. Alright, we need prestige. And we will take this guy. Okay, we're probably about to get hit very hard right there. Yep. Oh, come on. Hall of Home. Great, another competitor. Alright, so we will lose. Let's actually go back all the way this way and see if we can't do this war before the age expires. We will declare war for Stalin. Declare war for Stalin, and we will call in declare for Stalin, call in all these guys. Okay. I hate these parties so much. Alright, we're about to lose those 4,000. That's fine, I don't care. It's whatever. And then we're gonna go with quality, like last time. Whoops. Oh shit. Alright. And Vern sent men here. Okay, let's short trip to BPAC or discounted level 3 advisor. I do like the discipline, so we're keeping that. Then we'll take that. Yep. Passage to Pearl's Edge. Nope, take that. Alright. Okay, let's get the ships together. And get an admiral. Okay, so take a Varane, Spellbook, Mass Charm, into Istralor. Nope, not worth it. Could buy 28 more men, which would certainly do something. Alright, they are willing to hop in for a little bit extra quality. Okay, and we will pour that. Yeah, let's go with them. How much is this costing? Actually, not very much at all. It's like super cheap. Okay, if they can get that guy. Right, who got the Cornite Proclamation? Okay. What if instead I took those? You guys can go. Alright, so I do want this province definitely to finish off Songbarge's state. And then potentially these two. Alright. Guess we can transfer here. Why would you break that alliance? That was stupid. I think it was an event or something. Okay. Take that instead. Yeah, that's doable. Heartland borders. Potentially. Nope, fuck you. Sure. Alrighty. Sure, go ahead, whatever you want. How long does that crazy one last? 8 years. Alright, so... Is the one I was looking for. That's 10 prestige. And it's 15 prestige. That's 25 prestige. It's not enough to get me to 50. Which sucks. Okay, who is dead? Yeah, it's Mary, sure. Get rid of the foreign fort. Eventually I will need those two provinces. That stays. Wind in our sails. Damn. We never got the one from Valgard, did we? Alright. Artificer Exo Arms. That's great. On the Artificers. Stapedal chests. Portable turrets. Yes, vendorless stalls. Rebellion Sasaka, we can't get that for a little while. Okay, so we need Esmerine to have a level 3 center of trade. Long-term investment. Festival of Vows. I'll take that. And then I'll go to the clergy and do that. Then to the merchants guilds. And this one. And now we can full core that up. Alright. And we can also build more Carracks. Alrighty. That makes basically everyone upset. Could be Defender of the Faith, but I don't really care. Okay, let's just improve with outraged countries so you can come back. And we will put 2 on allies. Building up a big old fleet. Artificer capacity available. But so many things to do that all require artificers. Okay. We will need to do this. Excellent. And I can build 7 more artificer infantry. I can get rid of 2 more infantry. Good. Okay, and then drill there. Continue drilling. Don't have anything else to do. New draperies. Yes. Level 3, level 3. New coin, yeah. Bestie host, sure. Don't do that. Only gain 66 each month. Oh god, that's bad. Man. Yeah, I don't want that inflation. Yeah, be economical about it. Probably be the last one I take. Ship durability is good. We will absolutely slap anyone if they try and fight us. Navally. Sure you want to do that? What I thought. Mechanical dragon. In the halls of the Emperor's castle, soft-footed steps approached the Grand Hall. Mara, Froy, and Roy led the front, as behind them a group of nervous, gnomish artificers strained together to carry a large covered box. As the doors of the Grand Hall opened to a gnomish delegation, they found the eyes of dozens of nobles looking upon them. A mixture of curiosity, disgust, and feigned indifference crept up on the faces of the courtiers as they lined to carpet the Emperor's throne. The three gnomes bowed upon reaching the throne's base and silently in unison moved aside. As the veil over the box was lifted, gasps could be heard throughout the court. Within the box lay a small bronze mechanical dragon standing almost 2 feet tall. Its ruby eyes gleamed in the brightly lit hall as the sound of moving cogs began to sputter, each claw encrusted with refined jade. The mechanical creature began its routine. It walked approximately 5 paces out of its box, tilting its head to look around the room with an almost creature-like curiosity before tilting its head gently up into the sky, its mouth opening wide. A quiet roar emitted from it. A burst of flames erupted, causing nearby nobles to jump back in fright. Finally, the mechanical dragon stretched its jaw wide as if to yawn and curled up into a ball. The whirring of cogs growing faint as the court looked upon the throne. The Emperor sat still for a moment before nodding their head in acceptance. Cries of celebration and applause echoed throughout the castle. Alright. I can throw a defensive edict down there. Oh, come on. From a school to a university. We are proud to host the oldest artificer school in the entirety of Anbennar, and prouder still to see how it has grown as our city has, providing some of the finest minds of a generation to our state needs, more and more graduating even by the day. No longer a mere school, the academy is now far closer to a university. Let us celebrate this piece of our history and its growth so that all might share its knowledge. Alright. The Artificer Generals, Artificer Exo Arms. What can I do? Ooh. Yep. Sure. Big ass fleet, and we're gonna bombard that. Fuck you, Arboron. Okay, so this can come off. Yep, improve relations is great because it means that will tick down. I will go up there and slap Arbor on after I get done sieging this. Alright, time to go slap them. Siege ability is great. Estate magical thesis. Hurrah! Alright. Yeah, sure. Damn, they fight hard. They just take a lot of casualties. Lake Palace. Lake Palace. No, don't care about that. Temple of Riala. Sure. What good is a ludicrous amount of money if I'm not investing it into stupid projects? Alright, Arboron is out. You know what? I will actually spend the cash to push that forward a little bit. That width is 25. How many more artificers can I recruit? One more. There's my commandant. Apparatus system. Okay, don't care about that. Nomeostasis. Core creation cost, years of separatism, diplomatic relations. One development from building manufactories. Mechanist. Minus 20% primary culture. No. Actually, I like the technomancers, right? Telero. I can always switch this around later. No, we'll do this one. It's unique. Okay, and now I need to do some development. Alright, we're good. Extra infantry fire is going to be great. They take ash fields, then we're gonna have to have some discussions. Vendorless stalls. Let's go. Okay, we could get that. Tier 2 society invention. Tinctures. Empire engine. Arithmetons. Yeah, sure. Okay, war over. What did Arnon take? Oh, a lot of people died for nothing. Suppose that's war in general, though. Okay, do we still have claims on a Stalin? We do. I could do that. Fire for a Stalin, call in these guys. Arnon. Gotta stop allying them. Where is their army? Who knows? Some of it was there. Alright. Who else am I fighting? Bunch of Lunar River miners. Good time. Hashing was fun. At least 2,000 ducats. I can do that. Just gonna need to sit here and do nothing for a while. $59 aggressive expansion. We can turn that down just a little bit. These guys have unique ideas. Nope. Wait, did they not ever... Oh. Thought they got generic Lunar River miner ideas. Okay, so we'll come here, enchantment. Really wish this gave you like 5 extra aggressive expansion impact. Alright. That is the last bit there. Now we just need to go declare war on Tear, who is allied to Giberd for some reason. Fuck you. And build that. So many manufactories. Okay. Do actually need to develop some provinces, though. Just get rid of these points. How much left of Asmeria do I have? 8 provinces? It's not too bad. Where's this Stalin? Oh yeah, they're down there. Sure. Advisor cost, sure. People are disappearing. Cool. That's definitely a marcher. Okay, that needs a fort. A nice fort line there. Oh, there goes our general. But we get a good one too. Alright. Really have too much left to build in most provinces. Yeah. Uh, $20 artificer. Okay, after we get done with this research, we'll do that. Claim right there. Okay. And we can take this. Oh yeah, I need to wait for 2,000 ducats. I can do that. That's easy. Dame's Crown, Istralor. I will kill anyone who gets in my way or comes over to my land. Come on, Istralor, what are you so scared of? We're just little gnomes. Council of Technocrats, yep. Okay, how long does it take for them to... A while. Yeah, missionary strength. Should actually be fairly decent at converting. What are the buffs I get from having the 2 temples, missionary strength and missionary, yep, sure 1%. Relations, make sure we are at... Naval batteries. Oh, sure, why not? Bunch of merchants. Which do I make more money from? Trade. Yeah, take that. No. As our artificery becomes more complicated, it becomes readily apparent that we are in need of greater and greater materials. That our mighty machines might continue to grow in complexity and ability. Most prevalent of these demands is the lifeblood of magic itself, Dame's Tier, which is both scarce and terribly expensive. We must begin talks with the owner of the Moon Isle, a massive source of the Dame's Ear, so we might slate our hunger for the bedrock of the future. Artificery's lifeblood is Dame's Tier. Dame's Tier is incredibly rare. As our artificery continues to reach new heights, our demand for the Skyfallen material grows higher and with it. Unless we want our guilds to collapse below the weight of the demand, we must figure out some solution. Some have already been proposed, from entering into a discussion with the owners of the Moon Isle to trade massive quantities of the stuff from Rylonar, to a more short-term but renewable deal which commits us less irreversibly. More radical elements call for the Moon Isle to be seized for our own gain. No questions asked. 500 gold. Alright. And I do think that is probably where I am going to end this episode, because we are at like 3.5 hours, which is a big old video. But we've gotten quite a lot done. We've basically consolidated almost the entirety of Asmaria, bar like 8 provinces. No, 7 provinces. Yeah. All right. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and have a good day.